So you're thinking about moving to the Lakeview or the West End area of New Orleans, but you're wanting to learn a little bit more about it first before making that big move. You're in luck. Today I'm going to take you on a Google Map tour of the Lakeview and West End areas, and we're gonna get into it right now. Okay, first things first, my name's Riley and my team and I have received thousands and thousands of messages from people just like you and you and you and you about moving to the New Orleans area. If that's you and you are interested, go ahead and send us a text or an email, give us a call or schedule a Zoom call with me, and I would love to help you with your smooth move to New Orleans or one of the surrounding cities. All right, with that being said, let's jump in to the map video. Okay, welcome to my computer. I am zoomed out just a little bit because I just wanted to give you a couple reference points before we dive into the Lakeview and West End area. So, speaking of, this is the Lakeview and West End areas right there where I did those little heart markers. And here's the Mississippi River, as you can see right there. Here is downtown New Orleans, like the Central Business District. Did I say that right? Central Business District, CBD, and the French Quarter. Right here is the airport. Let's talk about some distances to some of those places. So the CBD from Lakeview is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes. That is without too much traffic. So if you're traveling during rush hour to any of these places, really, I would definitely advise using some sort of navigation app like Maps or Waze. But without any traffic, you can count on getting to the Central Business District in about a little over 10 minutes. Now, to the French Quarter right here, it's going to be an additional couple of minutes from the CBD. So I would say definitely a little bit closer to the 15-minute range. That's because I would say that the French Quarter area is always busy. So not only can the interstate get a little bit backed up during rush hour and if there's any big events or anything like that, but the French Quarter itself is typically always a bit busy, even with nothing like crazy going on. Nothing exciting like a parade or anything like that going on. There's lots of one-way roads, lots of on-street parking. There's horse and carriages happening. And of course, there's lots of tourists. So always give yourself a little bit more time, but without any traffic, it's about 10 to 15 minutes to the French Quarter and the CBD. To the airport from Lakeview and West End, you would just hop on Interstate 10 here, come on over to the airport. That is more like 15 to 20 minutes without too much traffic. So again, use your Waze, use your Maps navigation just in case, especially during rush hour and any big holidays. I know around Thanksgiving there was a little bit more traffic, especially when you got closer to the airport. Sometimes it can be a little bit harder to park. So about 15 to 20 minutes, that's really not that bad, especially in a bigger city like New Orleans. 15 to 20 minutes is nothing. Let's see. Let's do one more distance here. This is the Lakeside Mall. That was a funky circle. That is the Lakeside Mall. It's a huge mall. There's just about every store you could ask for. Expensive. There's department stores. There's lots of restaurants. There's fast food. Not only is there shopping and dining inside of the mall, but there's also tons of stores and restaurants outside of the mall. So if you're needing anything from gifts, clothes, shoes, mattresses, if you need a new car, if you want to go to the spa, whatever, this is a great spot. And that is only from the middle of Lakeview and West End area, the kind of the border between the two. Hop on I-10 and over. that's only like 5 to 10 minutes. 10 is maybe with a little bit of traffic and you got to search for a parking spot for a few minutes kind of time. So you are so close. All right, now let's clear that out and move on to some main roads within Lakeview and West End. Let's talk about kind of the border or the boundary so you know exactly where you would be living if you lived in this area. So the boundary for Lakeview drops right below the interstate and comes up this side of the canal right next to City Park. Technically, City Park is not Lakeview. Lakeview is its own neighborhood. And comes across here to Robert E. Lee Boulevard. It actually doesn't, Lakeview does not stretch all the way out to the lake. And then right down here, West End Boulevard and Pontchartrain Boulevard down, that is going to be your Lakeview area. Now, similarly, West End is going to be this area, and same, this canal right here is the border for West End. But West End actually does come all the way out to the lake and down Pontchartrain and West End Boulevard. So those are where we're going to be focusing today. They are two separate neighborhoods, but I'm combining them today. They're very, very similar. Most of the homes are very similar. And let me clear that out and zoom in a little bit for you. So I just spoke about some of the main roads, but a couple more. Let me see. Canal Boulevard running right down the middle of Lakeview, as well as West End Boulevard, Pontchartrain Boulevard, and Fleur-de-Lis Drive. I'll highlight them again. Pontchartrain Boulevard, West End Boulevard, and Canal. So all of those streets. Those are all residential streets. They are main roads for this area. So there is going to be a little bit more, not speeding, but a little bit faster traffic. So if you have animals or children, small children, who you're worried about maybe running out into the road, maybe those aren't the best streets to live on. But they are residential, so you're not going to find very many restaurants, shopping, bars, that kind of thing down those roads. It's mostly just homes. Another very popular street in Lakeview and West End is Harrison Avenue. Whoa. Harrison Avenue. So that is going to be the main fun street of Lakeview and West End. It hops across the New Basin Park and into West End. And that is where you're going to be going out for dinner, for lunch. There's lots of cafes and coffee shops. There's shopping. There's a couple bars. Depending on what you want to eat. I mean, there's sushi, there's burgers, there's, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Seafood restaurants. There's a great Mexican restaurant and so much more. So let's go ahead and dive even deeper into Harrison Avenue and some of my favorite places to eat. Okay, let's start on the Lakeview side of Harrison Avenue. So we'll zoom in. All right. And as you can see right away, all these yellow buildings start popping up. So that's going to be your businesses. So there is Dixie Chicken and Ribs down here. There is the Velvet Cactus, one of my favorite Mexican restaurants. It is so good. Not only is the food so good, but the environment is so much fun. It's indoor or outdoor seating. It's one of those restaurants that there's such a good vibe to it, outdoor, indoor. The music is always great. I've never had a bad experience with a waiter there, and it's always delicious food. So the Velvet Cactus is a personal favorite of mine. Okay, 3B's Burger and Wine Bar. That is another great spot. Probably one of my favorite burgers that I've had in the area, or maybe ever. There's only 2 burger places that are standing out to me in the New Orleans area, and this is one of them. It is so good. Parlay's Bar, that's a really fun spot if you want to go hang out with some friends one evening. You could go grab a couple drinks there and then head over to 3B's and go grab an awesome burger or go to the Velvet Cactus and get some really good Mexican food. I have never personally been to Lakeview Burgers and Seafood, but I have been to Parlay's Bar right next to it. And there are always people sitting outside eating at this place, inside or outside. So it must be good because there's always people there. Let me clear that out and move right along. So not only are there restaurants and bars, but as you can see, there's also shopping. There's a discount zone. There is a bank. There's a marine supply store, a grocery store. There's more restaurants here. There's a Starbucks and a Nola Bean. So you've got, I'm going to move down Harrison Avenue, but as you can see already, there's already a few coffee shops. This is such a nice area to grab a coffee and sit inside or outside. The Harrison Avenue street down the middle, as well as along some of the sides. My lines today, I swear. There's tons of greenery, and the oak trees there, just the trees in general, are so pretty. You can park, I believe, like this area right here, right down the middle is spots to park. But all along that is going to be greenery and these huge, gorgeous trees. So to grab a coffee and sit outside and do your schoolwork or get some work done, or maybe just go and read a book, go grab a coffee and read a book if that's what you like to do. This is a really good spot. I totally recommend. Let's see. There's a fitness center. Let me clear that out and move down a little bit. There's a Walgreens right there. A creamery if you want to go grab some ice cream and a cookie. I'm all about that. All right. There is, let's see, a sushi restaurant. There's your sushi. There's another Broken Egg Cafe. If you haven't been there, I think it's delicious. It is a chain, but whatever. Great breakfast food or brunch food. District Donuts. There's another coffee and donut shop. Scroll down a couple more banks. A boutique store. Look. It looks like it's a toy boutique store. I haven't been there before, but cute. I'll have to check that out. Okay, there's another Mexican restaurant. There's a salon, boutique and salon. Keep on scrolling. So we're hopping across the park there, and now we are on the West End side of Harrison Avenue. So you've got a pizza place. Go grab some pizza. You've got another Italian restaurant right there. You want to go grab some ice cream. Look at all these restaurants just in that one block of Harrison Avenue of West End. All right. Now, oh, and speaking of restaurants, let me back up here. There's another one that it's at the top of West End or on the lake side of West End. It's called Lakeview Harbor. This place also has really good burgers. If you want to go grab, and really good, like, you want to go get some fried catfish or a good burger, like that good, like, fills your soul kind of food. Just makes you really happy. Lakeview Harbor is the place to go. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here because while we're on this side, I just wanted to point out in Lakeview, there's marinas, there is yacht clubs, and come out to the point here. Look at all that. There's, look, another yacht club, tons of restaurants. Technically, these restaurants are on the Lakeshore and Lake Vista side, at which we will cover in that video, but so freaking close to West End and Lakeview, and they are so good. But if you enjoy taking your boat out, or you have a boat and you don't want to keep it in your driveway, or you don't have a spot for it at your house, there are yacht clubs and marinas right here in your neighborhood. That is so nice. You get off the boat from going and boating around Lake Pontchartrain. Maybe you took the boat out to go fishing into the Gulf. Whatever you like to do, go park your boat right there at the marina and go grab a burger from Lakeview Harbor and head on home right here. Let's say you live right there. It is such a nice area. I 100% recommend living in West End or Lakeview area. If you enjoy being close to the water, if you enjoy boating, you want to go out, or maybe you want to be close to New Orleans, like downtown New Orleans, but you don't want to be that close to the city. Like you don't want to be in the city. You want to be in more of a neighborhood feel area, but but let's say you work in downtown New Orleans, so you want to be close enough. This is the perfect area. I love Lakeview area. So let's see, what else is there to talk about? Ooh, okay, I know what I'm going to talk about next. Okay, so last but not least, let's talk about the parks in this area. So we're going to focus on the green space on the Google map. So the first one is going to be New Basin Canal Park. So right here, this, a little history lesson for you, was actually a navigation channel or a navigation canal back in the 1800s and maybe even a little bit before that. And there is a cross-shaped monument right here. I believe it's right there between West End Boulevard, Pontchartrain Boulevard, and Fillmore Avenue, right in that area, in the shape of a cross for the Irishmen who built the channel back in like the 1840s. So that's pretty cool. It's a great little park in the middle. You can go on a walk, you can go on a bike ride, you can take your kids to go rollerblading, you can take your dog on a walk, you can check out this monument while you're out and about, and it goes all the way from the top to the bottom of the West End and the Lakeview area. So that's convenient if you want to kind of visit a kind of a smaller park, especially in comparison to City Park right here. I mean, New Basin Canal Park isn't really that small, but in comparison to City Park, it's small. So although City Park is not in Lakeview, it borders it, and I can't finish this video without mentioning City Park. It has literally everything. Everything you hope and wish for a park, it has. So let's kind of zoom in and start from the top. So it has a golf course. You can see all the way around here. There's all these trails, there's waterways. It's beautiful. It's huge, and this is just one golf course in this area. You can see how much water is around and within City Park, so there's going to be tons of fishing. There's a pier for fishing. There is, oh gosh, let me clear that out. You scoot on down. There are so many playgrounds. There's another, cross-country course. There's a City Park disc golf course. I don't know if you've ever played that. I personally have never played it, but I've watched people play it, and it's actually really cool. But it's all surrounding this middle to lower part of City Park. I'm just blown away with how much this park has. It's massive. There's a tennis court area. There are softball fields. Look, multiple right there. There's a stadium. There's a farm. There is fountains. There's fountains throughout the whole thing, but there's one that's specifically mentioned right there on the map. There's a racetrack. There's museums. There's multiple museums in City Park. That blows my mind a little bit. And there's like hands-on museums for children, which I think is awesome. There's a lake. There's a Ferris wheel. Look, another museum of arts. There's a putt-putt area if you want to take your kids putt-putt golfing. Putt-putt. 2 putts or 1? I'm not sure. Another stadium. This place is huge. There's restaurants right outside of it. Ralph's on the Park. I believe there's a Cafe Du Monde beignet place for coffee and beignets within the park, if I'm not mistaken, or if it's not within, it's like right outside. It's massive. There's events held here. If you want to go biking, like I said, rollerblading, on a walk, you want to go read a book, you want to go to an area that's more relaxing, come to City Park. If you want to go get a great workout in, you want to play some sports, you want to go join a club of some sort, take your kids, kind of drain their energy a little bit before a nap, take them to City Park. If you want to get together with some friends, go out to eat and go on a walk while you catch up, City Park. It just has everything. If you want to go golfing, if you want to go play softball, if you want to try a new sport, City Park. And it is literally right outside your neighborhood if you live in Lakeview. I think that's awesome. I guess before I close out the map video, I just have to mention that this area of New Orleans is rated as one of the best places to live in Louisiana and the New Orleans area. I think that's saying a lot. There are a lot of great places in Louisiana and in New Orleans specifically, but in Louisiana, and to be rated as one of the best, I think that's something that's really saying a lot. I really enjoy visiting this area. I've never personally lived there, but I love eating there. I do know friends who have lived here, and I love staying with them. I love going out to City Park and checking out the Parlays bar. And of course, I love being so close to the lakefront. There's so many good restaurants and things to do in this area that I just had to mention that before I close out this video. Okay, that pretty much wraps up that portion of the map video. I really hope that you liked it and that you found it to be helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and liking the video. It definitely helps us out, and it also allows for more people to find our videos and help them out as well. Whether you are moving in 9 days or you're moving in 90 days, go ahead and reach out to us. You can call us, text us, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom meeting with us. We would love to help you with your smooth move to New Orleans or one of the surrounding cities. All right, now to finish up this video, let's go ahead and roll with some footage of Lakeview and West End.